Hey, my name is Artem, and in this video, I will explain to you what you should do if your English doesn't improve anymore. So, I've been in your situation before. I was also stuck at this intermediate plateau where I just couldn't improve my spoken English, and I didn't know why. I didn't know what was the problem. But then I followed action steps that I'm about to teach you in this video, and I was able to increase my level of English tremendously just by following 3 steps outlined inside this video. So, my name is Artem, and I help entrepreneurs improve their spoken English so they can get international clients. And so, there are only 3 steps you need to take in order to improve your spoken English. And the first one is pretty obvious: spend more time. So, you probably have seen these videos on YouTube where people say, you can spend time learning English with AI. You can spend 1 hour a day and become fluent. This new method is going to make you fluent. This thing will help you become fluent. You need to understand that if you just spend more time, you will become fluent. Okay? This is true. You probably understand that if you spend more time exercising, you will become fluent. If you do more bench press, eventually your chest will grow. It's not about watching more videos how to grow your chest, how to grow your chest if you're skinny, right? It's not about that. It's about just doing the freaking exercise every single day until you become jacked, until you become muscular. So it's the same thing here. This metaphor, or however you want to call it, applies here directly. If you spend more time, you will become fluent. I made 2 videos about that. So they were both titled How I Spent 14 Hours a Day Practicing English. And this is what I did. I practiced English 14 hours a day. Of course, I didn't do it for an entire year. I did it for like a few months. And I achieved amazing results because of that. So if you want to achieve the same result, you just gotta spend more time. It's not about learning this new strategy with ChatGPT that's gonna make you fluent. It's not about trying to improve your English by buying like a coach or a tutor who's gonna help you improve your English, right? It's not about trying to master phonetics or IPA or something else. It's just about spending more time doing what you were already doing, which is speaking, which is consuming, speaking, and getting feedback, right? And so then actively learning is another very important thing. But first, I wanted to say that if you spend more time, it doesn't matter on what stuff you spend this time. So if your approach right now is to consume information in English, which is watch videos like this one and other videos, educational videos, maybe some entertainment here and there, you will become fluent, certainly. And if you practice speaking as well, guess what? It's not a problem for you to become fluent. So if you speak and consume information, you are almost there. And if you spend just more time doing this, you will become fluent and you will get on the level where you want to be. You will be on that level where you can get international clients without a problem. Okay? So then the second thing is to actively learn information. Spend more time actively learning. What it means is that instead of trying to passively learn all this information, instead of passively watching videos and thinking about, yeah, that's good, I've learned this thing from this video, you actually want to take notes, because not only strengthens connections in your brain, but it also helps you with writing. And writing is just like speaking, but in a slow way. So, have you ever struggled with grammar? Probably yes. When you speak, you definitely struggle with grammar sometimes. You just don't know how to structure a sentence. Why does that happen? It's just because you weren't practicing enough. You weren't practicing structuring sentences enough. And how do you do that? Well, you can practice writing first. When you practice writing, you are literally structuring sentences. You're doing the same freaking thing when you're speaking as well. And so when you first structure sentences in a way that is coherent, then you will be able to do that when you are speaking as well. Right? It's pretty straightforward. And so when you are watching some kind of like an educational podcast, uh, people on this podcast who are talking, they will help you structure your sentences in a correct way because you're taking notes, right? You're watching an educational podcast and then you just take notes and you just repeat in your writing what they have said with the same grammar structure. So you're copying the way other people speak, and you're doing it while taking notes. And so that's going to help you level up your English tremendously. And so one of my clients, his name is Andrea. I even recorded an entire video about him. You can watch it on my YouTube channel, how he was able to become confident in English in 2.5 months, even though he was like an introvert in the beginning. So he applied the same advice. He created his own Notion page where he started taking notes. And so it was like a second brain for him. So he just started putting action steps, advice, daily routines, to-do lists and everything inside his Notion template. And so when he started doing that, he did everything in English. He started taking notes. He strengthened connections in his brain. And at the same time, he was able to improve the way he formulates sentences because he was writing in English. And so now he can even write sentences and speak without using a translator. And now he started helping me with my community, providing his copywriting services. Can you imagine that? So he's a copywriter. I mean, he still struggles with writing, but he spent only it's already like 4 months doing that, right? So pretty soon, maybe in, I don't know, like 2 to 3 months, he will write just like a native speaker. So then the next thing is to get feedback. Spend more time actively learning and getting feedback. So what I mean by this is that you are probably consuming information. That's great. That's awesome. You're actively consuming information and you're speaking. So probably right now you speak with someone, right? Maybe you go on speaking calls. Maybe you joined some speaking events in English. Maybe you try to record yourself on camera on your phone talking about something. That's great. But the thing is, you want to get feedback as well. You need to get feedback as well. You want to find a person who can give you feedback. Because of course you can self-assess yourself, but you're probably not doing that. You're probably not rewatching your videos. You're probably not rewatching the recordings of those calls. So when you're speaking, you probably are not rewatching the way you spoke on that speaking event because nobody has recorded that event. So, well, how do you get feedback? Well, it's pretty easy. Like, it's nothing complicated. You can get feedback by rewatching videos of yourself speaking. It could be recordings of calls or recordings of yourself talking. And then you can just ask other people for advice. That's it, right? You can just record a video and send it to someone, or you can go on a speaking call, for example, with me, and I'm going to give you feedback on the way you spoke on that call. Literally ask advice from anyone, and you are going to level up your English. And also listen to yourself. Listen how you speak, and you will get better as well. But of course, you want to get feedback from other people, because let me tell you a story. Just a few days ago, I asked my students, what do they want? Maybe it was like 1 week ago. And so they all said to me that they want some practical advice. They want something practical, not just like theory explaining and stuff like that. And so I decided, you know what? Yeah, that's kind of true. I need to become more practical. And so I decided to record a video breaking down exactly how you can level up your English, and everybody enjoyed that video. Everybody said that, dude, this is the perfect video. Okay, I love this video. And so we got a lot of views as well. Why? Because I was listening to my people. So it's not only going to level up your English if you get feedback, but it's also going to level up your business as well as a result. So a lot of people, when they start their own business or when they start improving their English, they are stuck in this bubble. They're consuming information and they're trying to take action. So consuming, and taking action, just paving the way forward. But there's a missing step here. So why are you speaking? Well, you're speaking to influence other people, right? Why are you creating a business? To help other people, right? So why not just ask other people some feedback on the way you spoke or on the way you're building your business? So when you do that, you will get results that you want. Make sense? You want to get feedback. Because if you're not getting feedback, you are literally missing tons of progress because you're stuck in this echo chamber. You're thinking, yeah, I'm good at this. I'm good at speaking English. Yeah, I'm good at building businesses. Yeah, I'm so good, but I make, like $3,000 per month, or I make $5,000 per month, right? You want to scale to $100,000 per month. How do you do that? By applying feedback from your customers. How do you speak better English? By applying feedback that other people have gave you. As you can see, it's really straightforward. And when you spend more time actively learning and getting feedback, you will become fluent in English. And of course, you also need to speak and consume information, but you are already doing it on a daily basis. So if you just do more of it, you will become fluent. So let me know what you think about this video down in the comments. Let me know what is like your missing link at the moment. Probably it's not getting feedback from other people, and that's what you want to do right now. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, check out my Skool community, and I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.